and welcome along to another episode of this FM21 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's part 116 today and we are back for what potentially is a very good day. However, it could go the other way yet. It could be a repeat of the disaster we had at Real Madrid and a tension and a drama towards the end. If you want to find out which way it goes, please do chuck a thumbs up on it. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 content from two long-term stories. We've had Atalanta, the 5th place side at home today, Napoli, the 6th place side away. If we get 4 points out of those two games, we're going to win the league for sure. If we get 4 points out of any of the last 4 games, we're going to win the league for sure. But where do we remember this situation from before? I'm sure we had a certain season at Real Madrid where we were 35 games unbeaten and just needed 2 points from 3 matches. Yeah, you remember that too, don't you? It went very wrong. So hopefully we can put those wrongs right today and at least win a domestic title with Juventus. We collapsed in the Champions League, we collapsed in the Italian Cup. It's not been a great season. But a new competition in the European Super Cup, the Italian Super Cup and this competition as well. It would really give us something to at least define our spell in Italy, rather than just a dramatic failure again. We've been by no means vintage this season, but our dear friends AC Milan have done us a favour by dropping some points in recent weeks. Though Atalanta and Napoli, our two opponents today, are scrapping out for the Champions League places. Sassuolo, who we play on the penultimate day, they're not out of it either, just 4 points behind and certainly scrapping for Europe. So this is going to get very close. We're in a mess financially. The club is all over the place. We've just got to get them over the line and move on. Now this summer, we're going to have a choice of really whether we want to go to Germany, back to Spain, because if I show you something very interesting very quickly, and we have a look at certain leagues, have a look at what's been happening in La Liga. Real Madrid are 11 points clear with 5 games to go. It is a massive turnaround. I suppose it's not really, it's 3 points ahead of what we were last year, but it's a massive turnaround if they win that title so convincingly. And it shows perhaps what we've not learnt along the way. Bayern Munich, despite a new manager, just struggling their way into 3rd place. So there is potentially a move to the Bundesliga on, a move back to the Spanish First Division. We could go to La Liga with Barcelona and try and save the day. But after our battering in the Champions League, I'm not sure they'll want us. So that's one option. We could go for a retirement league, but it is also a World Cup year. So potentially, or a Euros year, sorry, I should say. So potentially there's an opportunity for us to get a big international job after a major tournament. As we start to tire from club football, as our impact starts to lessen, maybe that is the opportunity that we have to take. So we could see a very different finish to the head coach than in previous years. And we'll determine that over the next episode and the summer as well. But if you very quickly have a look at the schedule since you were last with me, we of course got battered by Barcelona 6-0 and had a disappointing draw at Fiorentina. But 5 wins in 6, all of our home games victories and a lot of clean sheets has done us a world of good. A 3-0 win started it against Parma, a pop-off brace from the penalty spot and an own goal late in the first half. A 3-0 win against Inter as well, a really important one against the 4th place side. Again a pop-off brace, this time from open play, and Roma got one as well. We did have a little blip with a 2-1 defeat against Lazio. An own goal got ours, but Lazzarini in the 2nd minute of the game and Bertinho won it for the hosts. And then 3 successive wins to finish off April and get us one step closer towards the title. I'd say we've got a hand and a half on it now, but we have more than that at Madrid. We beat Torino 3-0. Bruni came into the side for his first league start of the season and was absolutely ridiculous. Got a goal in the 3rd minute, was one of the best players on the pitch. Then Unavar and Ivancevic, he came off the bench to add to the goal scoring charts too. A 2-0 win at home to Cagliari, Bongiorni and Unavar with those. And then a 4-1 win away at Udinese. A brace for Balde, including an emphatic penalty. And then Bongiorni and back with 1 each. And now with 4 games to go, we're in the box seat. But what can we do against Atalanta? Let's go in and find out. It's going to be a massive game. It's going to be a tough opportunity. We've got a brilliant youth intake as well. We've got a couple of really good players there. We'll talk about that in between the 2 matches. But this is our first 11. It's our strongest 11. And it's the one we're going to name until we've won the title. I hope. It's Ambroise in goal. Done really well since coming in as keeper. If we'd had him here at the start of the season, maybe they'd have settled in a bit quicker by now. We are missing a quality centre-half. The league alongside Marcello, who's really not been good enough this year. The same goes at left-back for Cesar. He's getting there now, but just been a little bit too inconsistent. Simois over at right-back. Roma and Tonali in the middle. Tonali back after that Champions League drubbing. He has played well in a couple of league games, but he's not the consistent force he was. And then Popov, Balde and back the attacking midfield three with Bongiorni, 25 goals for the season. Good, if not spectacular, makes his move up front. I just want to get De Freitas onto the bench. He'll go in place of the goalkeeper Onana. Or do we even want to take that risk at this point? Let's just leave it as it is. Bruni's done really well when he's come in. So that is the bench we're going to name for today. Let's go and get into it. The first of a big double header. And if we win and Milan don't, we could be champions this weekend. That's a big ask though. Well, a few familiar names in the Atalanta side. Angel Gomez, former Manchester United youth player, and Drakowski, a former wonder kid goalkeeper, all in the starting 11. Thakon on the bench has caused us troubles in this save. They're just a really solid side. And again, they're battling it out for the top four. They're producing really good performances. But I've changed from the Lucky Duck tie in the Cup finals to the Lucky Football Manager shirt in a title race. We had to do something after last year's collapse. Real Madrid, we ended on a real sour note. Now can we end on a positive here? Let's go and get into the first half against Atalanta and hope we can make it as painless as possible. Well, 15 minutes on the clock. We're yet to see any action going forward, any shots on target, but we have got possession now as back finds Bongiorni. Holds it up well up front, finds back running off the left again, beats his man into the box. That is a fabulous finish from Mark back. 1-0 to Juventus, that is exactly what we needed. And it's a man who's missed some of our big games this year with injury, and we have really missed him. But he's produced there. Bongiorni played a starring role, did the brilliant back-to-goal striker movement as well. But he found back and he did the rest. And that's all we need. A 1-0 win? The Italian way, I'll take that for now. And we've got through almost to half-time without any activity whatsoever. We are back though as Atalanta play long. It's knocked down by the centre-forward. Good hold-up play from him as well. Then Marcello manages to clear the cross downfield. Boyka's the fullback picks it up though. And if we give it away now, it will be trouble. But Bongiorni's nicked it off the fullback. Gets himself in alone. He's not been as convincing and as prolific as a Dave Klassen or a Federico Perea. Or to be fair, an Amp Folwell or a Callum Morton at my previous 4 clubs. But he's done the job today. It is 2-0. And with goal difference, a win virtually wins us the title. But it puts a lot of pressure on Milan. Into the second half we go. We're 2-0 up and comfortable. We've got defending to do here. We've collapsed before, and I'm sure we could well collapse again. Remember that Valencia game last year, 6-4 against Real Madrid? As Marcello makes the mistake, Manea just over. That was a whisker away. A warning sign to start the half. We've got to keep switched on. And if we do, we should be all but Serie A champions. As Popov puts an out-swinging corner into the back post. Got to be a penalty, has it? I mean, the referee stopped it to go to VAR. We did have our first one off camera between these two games where nothing was given. Like normally the only ones I've seen where it's no penalty, they give a free kick outside the box instead. It wasn't any of that. They just said no penalty and carried on with a goal kick. As Popov puts the ball down to make it 3. And Valentin Popov surely all but wraps up the title. We're going to go and make a couple of changes in a minute. We're going to watch the Milan game with glee. But after last year, we're going to put away some demons in this episode. And that'll make me a very happy man. It'll give me confidence for whatever challenge we have next as well. Well, a couple of changes made. Bruni and Ristovajevic, 2 of the youngsters on. Balde and Tonali, the men getting rest. As Cesar plays to Bruni, who's just come on the pitch, to Marcelo. Can we put a real bit of gloss on this? Make it a 4, a 5, a 6, something like that. Bruni back to Marcello. Bongiorni, don't forget. Couple of goals to get him a hat-trick. That could be a confidence boost. As Popov tries to shoot himself. I was so sure there he was going to lay the striker back in. Just tried to catch the keeper out. He caught me out. With 10 minutes to go, we've got one more sub. Who can we bring on who's younger and just needs a game? I mean, really, it would be Ivancevic up front. Or it'd probably be Ceballos at the back. So do you know what? I'm going to give Matthias de Ligt a little rest. He hasn't had one all season. And if we do need to win the next game or get a point from it, he's the man we need fit. So 5 minutes to go. We've wrapped up a win. And now Cesar's got a throw on the left. Up to Mark back. Loses out in the air. It only goes as far as Bruni though. And he gives it to Shet Roma, who plays a 1-2. We're keeping it really well in the middle there. I say as Shet Roma gives it away. Popov nicks it back though. Towards back. Takes on the fullback. Beats him again. Mark back has really stepped up to the occasion today. It's a good save this time to tip it round the post. But a corner kick, and we'll certainly take it as Popov's got the in-swinger. 7 or 8 in the box. Bruni's one of them. Just loses out. Shet Roma will chase it all the way back. Thakon gets there first. We talked about him before the match. But Shet Roma slides in, gets it out for a throw. He's been absolutely rock solid today. It's 3-0 as we go into stoppage time. Atalanta falling behind in the Champions League race now. And in stoppage time, it's Drakowski with a long goal kick. But we know now the 3 points are wrapped up as Cesar finds Mark back. I have got to say here this season, we have been irresistible at home. We've been absolutely faultless. We've just been diabolical at times away, particularly against the big sides. As Poirier gets in again, we give away the clean sheet quite often, and this time it almost happens again. Mania just beats Ambrose to it, hits the post and back out. And in the end, it's just Hoof panicked behind for a corner. We've got one last chance to defend. As Stakon puts it in, Marcelo heads away. Ristovajevic flicks on. Bongiorni down to back. Can we get the gloss of a fourth? We can't. The final whistle goes as backwards escaping down the left. But it's a dominant win. It's a comfortable performance. And we've got to be happy now. We're 12 points clear. Milan have got 12 to play for. The goal difference should have already done it. But at the very worst, we need one more point. We'll keep a very close eye on Milan's game tomorrow. So we could be champions and be able to party for Napoli. We're back for the Sunday 6 p.m. kickoff. Just to add a little twist to it as well, AC Milan play our next opponents, Napoli. A big side fighting for it. They've got to keep up with Inter Milan, who won today. They get within 2 if they win. Let's see if we're about to win the title. This could be a massive moment for Juventus Football Club and for us as a manager after last year. As I said before, the haunting we got from Barcelona will just start to drift away if we can wrap up the Serie A title. Let's see if we can do it. Well, I haven't seen the result, but I can celebrate because we've completed a treble of sorts. We win the title. How did we win it? How many points did AC Milan drop? It is a fantastic achievement for us on a personal level. Not a massive one for Juventus, but we've done the trick. Napoli won 6-3. 6-3 at AC Milan. We are 12 points clear with 3 to go. This is what should have happened at Real Madrid last year when we were 8 points clear with 9 to play for. And now, as we head towards the summer, and we will do it in the next episode in particular, we can start to have a little eye on that job centre and what might be coming up. Though I feel we may have to wait for the Euros to conclude. Let's go and skip ahead to Napoli next weekend. Note, we've got a massive game to play still there. They're still fighting out for 4th place. We want to give fairness to the competition. And we'll also have a look at that youth intake too, because there's one absolute superstar in there. It's fitness test time ahead of another big game against Napoli. We've just seen what they can do to AC Milan, the second best side in the league. Let's see what we can do to them. So Swallow lost out to Milan, so they do close the gap to 9 points. And we'd like that gap to be as big as possible in theory. And we've still got to be fair in the race for 4th place. So let's see the lineup we can put out today. I mean, our best 11 is probably the one that's on the pitch again there. Tonali's been in poor form. He's disappointed me in the biggest games this season. Is that enough to bring Ristovajevic in? I think it is on this occasion. We're going to play him in the holding role. We're going to go and get into the match. It is 10 of the same 11 that won the title last weekend. Now let's see if they can have a party today in this one. Well, an unusual reunion at left back for us. Adam Brown, who was one of those young wonder kids coming through at Southampton. He was 16 or 17 at the time. He's now starting for Napoli. Osimhen up front is a good player. Tedesco was sold from Juventus last summer just after I joined. They've got the likes of Barrow on the bench. Pedersen was a good young player. There is quality in this team. However, it hasn't performed to the best of its ability all season. I'm pretty sure Groen on the other side of the wings. I'm sure he went the summer before. So this could be current Juventus v a lot of former Juventus and a lot of former my players. So let's see how we get on. A few minutes in, nothing much happening so far. We've been dodgy on the road all season. Let's see if it continues today. Napoli got to win in the race for 4th. And we've just got to try and have fun. As we've got a throw on the right for Simois in a deep position to Ristovajevic. Simois picks it up again to De Ligt. Into Shep Roma. Tries to get it up to Bongiorni. Lovely touch again from him. 1-2 with Balde. And he gets himself in. And that's where he's not quite as clinical. Normally, if you'd had a Federico Perea, he doesn't miss those. But Bongiorni, that's why he's got 10 or 15 goals less, because he's just not taken those chances. As Marcelo picks it up at the back again to Julio Cesar. Poor ball into the middle, which is intercepted. Osimhen gets there. There's 5 with him. Marcelo hacks it clear. Really swarming bodies around them. We've got to be proud of that. but the individual error shows why we've struggled at times on the road this year, particularly in other competitions. Tedesco gets in, tries to come back to haunt us. Simois gets there after the block challenge, and Popov concedes possession when clearing downfield. Luppi gets it back to Korotkov, his centre half. It's been a very long highlight, we know what it means. Renier back to the centre half again, to Ravella. They're keeping it nicely. They're working through the centre circle and they get it wide to Groen on the right. He's got an overlap from his fullback. Instead switches it to Tedesco. Back against his former club. And Broyce saves the first one. The rebound is in. And just as you would expect in any circumstance and in any save, a former player comes back to haunt us after our only encounter with him at Juventus was to say he wasn't good enough on our first day. 1-0 Napoli, not the best start. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter, and I'm happy. As just before half-time, we've got a corner with Popov, bounces around all over the place. Really poor defending from Napoli. It drops down for Marcello, who puts it into the back of the net. It was an easy finish in the end, and we get back on terms just before the break. Probably not deserved over the course of the match, but we'll take it. 50% possession, almost half and half on the chances, and 1-1 on the score sheet. If we can keep the little unbeaten run going, be confidence for me to the end of the season and potentially in a new job as well. Who knows? Well, 25 minutes to go. The fullbacks have been absolutely appalling today. So we're going to bring on Fabrian at right back and Nori at left back. In midfield, Shep Roma tired and not been the best either. So Bruni, the youngster, will get a run out for him. But with 25 minutes to go, I just want to put in a good performance here. It'd be lovely if we could nick it. But it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. We've done okay, we've wrapped up the title, and our main objective now is keeping our form ahead of a new job, which we'd like to get this summer. We don't want to have to retire, we don't want to go out just with a sort of average season at Juventus. We want to go and do something special somewhere else. We'll see if that opportunity comes along later, but for now, his comrade down the left for Napoli. Gets himself to the byline. Missed header is back to the edge of the box. Very strange pass from Ravella. Finds Brown to comrades. What a finish that is. Adam Brown, our former player, gets the assist. Former Juventus man with a goal. Former player of mine with an assist. And now Napoli lead 2-1. There's 7 minutes to go. We're going to go attacking. And just fingers crossed we nick an equaliser as we've got a pro on the left-hand side. Ristovajevic, another shocking pass backwards. Marcello never getting there on halfway. I mean, the number of individual errors we've seen this season on the road is ridiculous. They never happen at home. I don't quite know how to explain that. But on the road we've been appalling as Nori goes long. Straight into Ballerini, who deals with it easily. To back. To Balde. Picks it up in the centre circle. Switches right to Popov. It's a delicious ball. Gets to the byline. Turns his fullback inside out. Back to mark back. Good block by Ravella and Romero. They're all diving in front of it. And they manage to keep it 2-1. They keep us at bay. And I think they're going to win this match, Napoli. Crucial for them in a Champions League chase. As Luppi gets it out to the right to Groen. To Ravella. Back into Korotkov. Nicked by Popov. This is the moment for us. He's got Bongiorni with him. Goes alone, no. Valentin Popov. Took too long. Romero gets the block in. It's got away for a throw in. And at full time, we lose 2-1. And ironically, we've now got to celebrate. Because we're lifting the Serie A title. Because it's the first game we've played since AC Milan lost it. But what a strange circumstance in which to be doing it. A real bottle job at the end of the game. Some great chances missed. But regardless, Matthias de Ligt is about to lift his third trophy of the season. As Juventus wins Serie A. The title is back after a horror show at Real Madrid last season. We've got a domestic club title. We've got 3 trophies in the bag. And we can move on to pastures new, knowing that we've done the basic job at Juventus. Even if we did disappoint ourselves a bit. A really good performance and Broyce out with the cartwheels as the keeper always does in these animations. But we're going to say we're not pleased with the result. We're certainly not happy with that day at the office. But overall, it's been the perfect episode. Because after last season, winning it by any means was all we had to do. And with that, I think the only thing left to do is say we'll be back for the final game of the season against Verona. So Swallow, of course, will be a difficult one. They're fighting for the top 4 as well. But Verona, away from home, somewhere we've not been strong this season throughout. And it's going to be a party. It's our final game at Juventus. What we're going to do at that point, I'll look at some of your requests. So some of you have asked to see how many trophies we've won, what our overall win percentage is and things like that. But of course, we'll also have a big look at the job centre. What things we're hoping might come up this summer. and what sort of jobs we're going to be looking for. So if you're looking forward to that and you did enjoy seeing us get revenge for a horror show of Real Madrid last season, please do put a thumbs up on it. Of course, in the end, Milan did the job for us. We lost the game that mattered, but the job was already done. So we've got to be pleased. It doesn't matter how we've done it. We are Serie A champions and no one can take that away from us. If you want to see what happens over the summer and whether we've got another move ahead of our retirement, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts as daily videos released from 2 long-term stories. Bangor City's back tomorrow. It's a big new season. And I'd love it if you could join us for that one. There's certainly a few unexpected things happening in that save this summer, and a few things that have got me a little bit more excited. In the meantime, you can catch up with all the playlists and the food channel up in the eye above. There's also a link to Twitch over there where we've got regular live streams from FM21, as well as a few Euros watch-alongs too. One this evening as this video comes out, and another one on Tuesday just after the England game. I might be a brave man going for that. But a massive thank you for watching, your continued support as always. We're back, we're champions, and I'll see you next time as we celebrate in style. Thanks for watching.